Hey, my name's Jalen, and I live in this 36-foot school bus that you see behind me. And I do Doordash wherever we're parked, and that's how I make money when we're on the road. Today we're in Asheville, North Carolina, and I'm gonna do a 4-hour shift, try to make $100 in Asheville. I recently did some Doordash in St. Pete, Florida while we were there, but it started getting a little too hot, so we came a little bit more north, and now we're in Asheville visiting family. And I have to say, so far, Asheville has a much better tipping culture, which makes these orders a little bit more worth your while. Now, you are driving a little bit more than you were in St. Pete just because of the road style, the mountains you're actually going up and down. So you are a little bit more wear and tear on your vehicle, but we drive a Hyundai Santa Fe, early 2000s. It has a 14-gallon tank. It takes about $40 to fill it up. And usually in a 4-hour shift, you'll usually only use about a quarter, maybe a little bit more than a quarter tank of gas. See if we can make some money today. All right. Let's see here. Pull up the app. Here's my password. Enjoy. Let's see. Alright, looks like Asheville is very busy. We'll dash along the way. And it's like end time, 12 p.m. Weird. Okay, we'll dash until 12 and then we'll see if it lets me do anything after that.
Drive northwest.
Okay, let's do it. Somewhat apparent that I don't have a place to put you. I'll try my best to film as much as I can. Since I am carrying this big camera around, I probably won't take it into restaurants with me, but I'll be sure to show you when they ping on the app how much I'm making per order versus how many miles I'm driving. Now, I will say they do not pay a lot themselves, so they usually pay roughly like a little less or a little more than $1 per mile that you drive. So you really are counting on those tips to make it all worth it. But I'm in West Asheville right now, Candler area, and I'm about 10 minutes away from where it'll start actually pinging me to take orders. Yeah, so when we got to St. Pete, I actually did get a hold of a job, and then so I did actually get a hold of a regular job, went to an interview, got accepted, and then all of a sudden they just never called me back. I called them a million times. I left my phone number again just in case they had it wrong, and they literally just ghosted me at this Cuban restaurant in St. Pete, which really wasted a couple weeks where I could have been doing this. But after that, that's kind of what brought me to this. I was like, I can't afford to wait around for people to decide, when I can work, where I'll work, how much I'll make. And this has really given me the opportunity to work when I can. Right now, Daniella is on a work meeting, and she's in Charlotte, and so while she's gone, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time away from Cypress. That's our huge German Shepherd puppy that we have, and he needs a lot of energy and a lot of attention and a lot of training. So I'm gonna try to push through a 4-hour shift. I feel like that's a good amount of time where I can still get back and spend some time with him. If I do decide to do the night shift later on, then I can go back out. It feels so good to see the foliage here. I love the beach, but I love the foliage of the mountains here in the Blue Ridge, and it's just so nice to be back. And it's like the right amount of humidity, and it stays pretty cool. I have missed rain, but it has been really rainy since we've been back. I guess that's just spring, but it is really refreshing to be back in the mountains, and I'm super stoked. We're gonna go spend some time in Vermont after our stay here. But until we leave, gotta make some money here, and then I'll probably get like a regular job, maybe do some like bartending or something inside of Brattleboro. Vermont doesn't have a whole lot of corporate, large-scale businesses, which is really cool. That's what we love most about Vermont. But with that comes probably not a lot of DoorDash. Open blue sky, man oh man. The most I've ever made doing DoorDash was $170. That was a 7-hour shift in St. Pete on a Saturday. Of course, if you do the later night shift, that's when your order rate goes up. It usually starts at about $1 extra per order, around like 4 or 5, depending on the rush of the day. And it'll go up throughout that evening. So it'll start at 1, maybe go up to 150. The most I've ever seen was $3 an hour, but that was like 2 a.m. When I just so happened to see that notification on my phone, and there's absolutely no way I'm doing anything at 2 a.m. I love getting up early, having my coffee, my smoothie, living my day life, and being in bed by 8. Got my first order coming through. See if she's worth it. I'll accept. First order is for $6.25. It's a 3-mile round trip. That's including getting to the restaurant and to the place of delivery. Thunder Burgers Grill. I've never heard of it. It's connected to this gas station here. We're gonna go in, grab the food, and we'll be right back out. This order is taking way longer than it should. Hopefully it'll be done soon, so it'll be worth our time. I use this bag here. It's Blue Addy, not sponsored, but it's not really a cooler. I thought it was, but it really doesn't like hold water or ice very well. But it's great for thermal stuff and keeping food hot. Hide you in here while I go get the food. There's downtown Asheville. Mark as delivered, confirm. $6.25, see $4, tipped $1. Alright, we'll wait for another one. $4.50 for 4 miles, not great, but we want to keep our acceptance rate up. Accept. Let's go.
Drive north.
There's the Omni Grove Park Arcade. Little side quest to show you a little bit of Asheville. Little lane strips right here. Here is the largest basilica in the United States right there. Boom. Wow, this tour is going really well. And I think I'm gonna park over here and walk the rest of the way, honestly. I'll be quick, so I won't even pay. So it's just a couple miles, 2.6 minutes of my time for $4.25. It's not that bad. Now that I think about it, I try not to think about it sometimes, but it's good to be aware of what you're making. Now the issue is making sure when you do decline these orders that it really isn't worth your time, because that puts down your percentage rate. If you go below your acceptance rate of 70%, it can kind of deduct from, sorry, I was literally running. It can kind of deduct from what kind of orders you will get accepted for. Like right now, I'm gold status, which allows me a little bit more of an up on getting those more expensive orders. I was platinum last month, but you have to keep 100 orders in a month. And with our travels back north, I haven't been on the road much at all doing this. So for right now, I'm gold status. We'll get back up to platinum and get those better orders hopefully in the next couple days. In the bag, GPS going, and stopped.
In 1 mile, keep right to take Interstate 240 west.
Next one, 625, picking up from Chipotle and Moe's to drop off at one place. It is 5 miles total, and I'm going to accept. Let's do it.
Drive north, then turn left.
First order, Chipotle, headed to Moe's. I'm starting to roast. For whatever reason, I thought wearing a long sleeve shirt was going to be a good idea. It's not a good idea. Oh man. Alright, we are 6 minutes from Moe's. I can't believe they're getting Chipotle and Moe's, but clearly there's a feud inside that home. Well, let's go get it and get on to the next one. I did grow up here in Asheville, so I know a lot of these roads pretty well. I will say that if you are planning to do DoorDash, I think it's pretty exciting that you'll end up taking a lot of roads and a lot of back ways and a lot of neighborhoods that you may have never taken before, no matter how long you've lived in a place. That could be one of the pluses of doing DoorDash. Both orders for Aaron. Alright, so let's see. I've made 17 bucks exactly. And oh, there's another one. 3 miles for 5 bucks. Let's go. Going up Cherry Street. Gonna cross over where we just came from. Ideally, you stay in the same area. In St. Pete, because it was such a large city, there's a lot of times where taking an order could potentially take you into a different city like Tampa or Sarasota, and so having a small town like Asheville kind of is a plus because of that. Kind of stay in the same area. And literally right back at the back of the Basilica. So we're back at, oh, same place. I'll just park over where I came from last time. Order in the bag. Alright, we got a little, let's see if I can maybe get you in there, a little less than a half a mile left, and we'll be dropping off soon. Looks like they decided to add a tip later on, so it actually gave me 5 bucks. Oh, it's not there anymore. Oh, dash summary. So, looks like so far I've worked for an hour and I made 24 bucks. So, 4 hours, we're about on it for getting it to 100. Yeah, see, I like the brake hard. Acceleration's good, but I brake pretty hard when I'm like, oh, I'm here. All right, so I'll go ahead and stop for a second. So when I first got on today, it said I was only available for 1 hour for whatever reason. I think I got a video of it saying like go till 12. It allowed me till 12:43, but it looks like it's still busy and it's still going to allow me to go in and dash some more. I guess, you know, if there's a lot of people working, then they'll cut back on the people that can. And that's another thing, that if you're like gold or platinum or whatever status, that allows you to get in when others might not be able to. But you can earn per offer, and that's what I like doing, or earn per time. Time is $10 an hour plus tips. Here it was $13.50 an hour in St. Pete, so I guess that changes from where you're from or where you're going to be actually dashing. But the earn per offer is always the way to go. We're gonna click dash now, get back in there. See, it's saying go till 1:30 for like whatever reason. It's like busy and they think it's not going to be maybe, but we're gonna dash until 1:30. We're gonna run another hour. Let's do it. All right, we're back in. We wait for the next one. All right, $9 for 8 miles. It looks like it kind of goes into this other zone here. I don't know if I want to drive that far. And that pulls me really far away from coming back this way. I'm going to decline this one. Acceptance rate goes down to 71, but that's fine. And we'll wait for another one. Oh yeah, see, raise your count. In 30 days, I'm at 85. At 100, you'll get back to platinum status. But for now, we are gold. It says $0 this dash. So each time that it kind of like cuts you out from your time, it'll go back to 0, but it gives you your money on every Monday from just like the week prior. Got this one, it's 14 bucks to Wingstop again, but this time it's a little bit further. But this one feels worth it to me. So we're gonna press accept and we're gonna go to Wingstop. This one goes significantly out of the Asheville border for Doordash into whatever's south of us. I'm not even thinking about it. Mills River or something. With that being said, you got to account for the fact that you're not getting paid to drive back into your zone in order to get orders again. Something definitely to think about if you're going to run into Doordash is with these orders, are they worth it going for if you have to drive further back to get back into your zone? Such a cute place. Go to the Asheville Bridge. Why they call it Tunnel Road. Because there's a tunnel. Alright, we made it to our next stop, Wingstop. This is definitely the largest order. Doesn't really fit in the bag. But it does hold the drinks tight, which is good. Let's see. We are 16 minutes. So roughly 20 minutes of my time for 14 bucks. It's not bad. Not bad at all. So this is what it looks like when you come out of your zone. It says switch to new zone. Switch, and I'm going to say do not switch. And now it's going to tell me get your ass back there. So let's head back. I am getting low on gas, so I'll go ahead and fill up my gas on the way back. Well, I guess I'll get gas in a little bit. I just accepted another one that's from this south side of town to the north side of town for $10.25. I think it was 8 miles for this one. So I've got enough gas. I'll make this one happen and then I'll pause the app and then I'll actually get gas. So let's go. We're going to Tropical Smoothie and then we're going to the north side of town. I call that some good luck. The gas station is also where the Smoothie King is. So I'm gonna grab gas while we're here. Kill some birds with a stone. I think that's what they say in the South. Approved. while I'm filling up, I'll go ahead and hop in there, grab these smoothies, and then that way they'll both be done around the same time. Let's get it. Although this one is only $10.25 for roughly 13 miles of driving, I can kind of make sense of doing it this way because it is taking me back towards Asheville where I want to be anyways. So I'm utilizing my direction to make sure I'm making the most amount that I can. Next one up, $9 for 3 miles. Accept.
Drive south on Plumpton.
1 mile up the road. This was for $9. Got my order. Boom. In the bag. Let's go. So that was the next hour. That's 2 hours working, $36 during that hour. So that just ended that hour that they were allotting me to work, which is just strange anyways, but yeah, I'm gonna park right here for just a second. So during that hour, I worked for 1 hour and 10 minutes and my total was $36. Now, if I go back, I did better this time. Less braking hard, acceleration's good. If you were wondering, I'm driving safe. It's interesting that it gives you those driving tips or whatever. It does not. I did want to mention those driving tips don't actually have anything to do with how much you're getting paid. So you can drive as crazy as you absolutely want to, and it doesn't affect your pay. With that being said, drive safe, wear your seatbelt. But let's see. Go back in, and we're gonna go for another hour if it'll give us. Oh, it actually opened up some other times here. So we're gonna go. It's 2 o'clock. We're gonna go till 4:30. Now, with that being said, it does go back to 0 again up at the top. It does go back to 0, but if you go in and go to your view your home screen. Oh, I'm already getting an order here. Oh, it's in like the same neighborhood. Okay. 4 miles for $5.50. Let's do it. All right. Going to Bojangles. All right, we are literally going right back where we came, 7 minutes. This was just for $5, but order is in the bag. Let's do it. Just a 4-minute drive, not too bad. Let's check in. It was $5.50. Let's see, this red zone's where I really want to be. This western Asheville area, I don't see myself making any money here, not just because of this, but also just this is where all the trailers are. This is where all the old people from New York are. But let's see if I go in here. Maybe. Hello. Oh, and there's another one. Burger King, 3 miles, $5. Accept. All right. We are headed
Drive northwest.
1.5 miles. This was for $5 again, and then there's my order. Let's get it there. It's time to try to get back over into that Asheville area, not West Asheville area. Hopefully I can get over there before I get another $5 order. I did just decline an order for $12.50. It was to go to Aldi for 2 people for 30 items, And honestly, depending on, you know, the location and whatnot, they might not have the right stuff. Then you're in communication with them. It could take up to an hour to like really get all this stuff together and make sure you're shopping, you know, diligently for 2 people, so you're not putting them together and stuff like that. It just is a mess, honestly. It's a mess. And I would not suggest to anyone to take those orders for the shopping stuff. If you want to do shopping, go on to Instacart. They pay better, the tips are better. Instacart's the way to go. Look, I got one for $7.75 for 5 miles. Let's get it. I'm a half mile from where the food is at Burger King again. $7.75. Can't beat it. Let's do it. All right, Robert D. coming too. Looks like he is directions. 3.5 miles, $7. Let's do it. All right, so we're waiting on him. Might as well just stay out this way. I mean, I literally staying at my grandpa's, which is right here in Candler, so it's like super close. So I'll just keep running these $5 to $7 orders when they come in this area. Looks like this place is kind of hot right here. It's not far from here. But $18 on this hour. 1 more hour to go. Really hoping to make 100, but it looks like we might make somewhere around 80. Nope. Earnings is this one on the side. $78. So about $80 for a little under 3 hours of work, or a little under 4 hours of work. It's not bad. Well, that's it, folks. That was 4 hours of driving around Asheville, North Carolina, doing Doordash. And I'd say this city specifically is definitely a little more worth it than St. Pete, Florida. Just judging off of the fact that people are actually tipping here. I didn't realize, because St. Pete was the first place that I had tried to DoorDash, that people weren't tipping, and that was causing these orders to be really low. And that, you know, if I went a full 8 hours here, you can make $160 maybe in, you know, an 8-hour shift here, but it feels like I'm driving a little bit less, which is cool. It's absolutely just like stunning driving around these mountains anyways. But if you have any questions about my DoorDash experience today, or if you're thinking about joining, let me know where you're thinking about doing it. Or if you are already, let me know what cities are popping. I actually watched a guy recently who made 300 in an 8-hour shift in Seattle. That's, I mean, a very large city, so super hectic and totally makes sense for what they're making versus what they're going through to actually do the job. But I'd say at $20 an hour, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. It's better than anyone's paying in Asheville, North Carolina anyways, I gotta tell you. So if you have a car, get out of your regular day job, go do some DoorDash, free up your schedule, and do something you love instead. That's my my plug for today. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to have you. This is our first time doing one of these types of videos, so if you're enjoying it, please do hit that like button. It helps a lot for us to decipher what you want to see on our channel. But if you like budget stuff, build stuff, and travel content, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button. Thanks again. See you on the next one.